Hi there, Adrian here, and this is a video from a Zoom session that we do. We do these Zoom sessions every Sunday and we take questions and answers from the audience, some of our students, some of our members. We never know what questions are coming up, so I'm always excited to do these sessions and I hope to see you at one of them. Make sure you hit the subscribe button below and check out the other playlists that we have. Thank you, enjoy. So guys, I'm Adrian, I'm the host for today. With me hosting, we have Deano. Deano is a super coach, a high performance coach, and I am doing some training, coaching, and looking after my beautiful little children. We also have a couple of other excellent coaches in here. Darko, who actually coached me many years back, and Harold, who is a coach from Austria. And Annabelle, who is like a glue in the Motivate community, making everything stick together. In life, we have some ups and we have some downs, and sometimes our downs actually end up being our biggest ups. Yeah, and sometimes our ups end up being our biggest downs. So it's really nice to take a few moments to prepare and think ahead for the year. But before we do that, Deano, do you want to introduce yourself and perhaps warm some things up in here?
Well, thank you so much, King. Well, as Adrian has said, my name is Deano and I'm a high performance coach. I usually focus on working with high achieving leaders, helping them to find another level of success as they're going through life without burning out. I know as high achievers, we have these big goals ahead of us, and sometimes it's difficult to put things in alignment. And I just want to help leaders navigate that part of their life. And tonight, what we're going to do, because we're quite a small group, I want to make things engaging and fun. That's the theme of tonight, engaging and fun. And to do that, I'll need the help of everybody in this room tonight. Okay. And one of the things as leaders, sometimes it's very hard for us to ask for help, but tonight I'm asking for your help. And the first help I'm asking is that for those of you who can turn your cameras on, just turn your cameras on so I can feel the vibe, see your energy, and just see where you're coming from. Can you guys do that for me, please? Because we're gonna play an ice-breaking game that's gonna warm things up to make sure that everybody is connected, because what we're gonna do in the next 90 minutes is gonna give you some golden nuggets to really take the year on. Nice seeing you, Ben. It's been a minute. Okay, I love that. Leading. So Felicia, Vitali, Amon, Sam, Nan, Amy. Come on, guys, show me your faces. Turn your cameras on for me. Nice. Blessed love, brother. Blessed love.
And I see Vitaly is driving, and that is okay.
Nice
Keep your hands on the wheel.
Okay, keep your hands on the wheel. Keep your hands on the wheel. Blessed. Okay, so what we're gonna do, just to kick things off, we're gonna play a game, and it's called 2 Resolution and 1 Lie. How many people have played the game 2 Truth, 1 Lie before? Okay, 1, 2, 3. Okay, so we have people who are familiar with the game. And this would take a bit of, sensory acuity, paying attention to really see where the lies are. But we're going to flip the game a bit, because tonight is all about creating that extraordinary year. So we're going to play 2 Resolution and 1 Lie. So I'm going to explain the rules of the game swiftly, so that way we're all on the same page and we can have a lot of fun doing this. Okay, so these are the rules of the game. Each person is going to have an opportunity to share 3 resolutions. And you're going to make 2 of these resolutions a truth and make 1 of them a lie. Yeah? And as each individual is sharing, you will just drop in the chat and see, tell us which is the lie. And you'll keep score for yourself. And at the end, we'll reveal a winner, meaning the winner would be the person who guessed the most lies. Okay? So let me repeat that one more time. So the name of the game is each individual in this group with us today you're gonna share 3 resolutions, 2 of them true, and make 1 of them a lie. And every other person would guess what the lie is. And how you guess what the lie is, we can use the chat and drop whether it's number 1, 2, or 3. Okay, I like to be a good model, so I'm gonna start so I can give everybody an idea of how we're gonna play this game. And what I want you to do, try your best to mask the lie. Okay, don't make it obvious. So that way we can make this game a bit fun. Yeah. So let me just check in with everybody. Are we clear about the rules of the game, guys? Ben, well, Nan, you understand. Ben played that song. Harad, okay, we're all good. Okay, so we're gonna be using the chat. Okay, see, we have some new people in the group. So what you guys would do, you can turn your cameras on and just follow along. So as we come to you, you'll know how to catch up. Okay, so here we go. So here is my 3 resolutions for this year. Okay, so resolution number 1 is that I would like to read my Bible for 15 minutes every day this year. That's 1. Number 2 is I like to go on a romantic date with my girlfriend every other week in the month. And resolution number 3 is I like to learn how to do the front lever, which is an advanced calisthenics exercise, okay, in the gym. So those are my 3 resolutions. So just in the chat, guys, just drop which one is the lie. Okay, Adrian number 2, that's all number 3. Number 3, number 2, keep them coming. Number 2, Ben, Hara, number 2, number 3, number 2. Guys, make sure you get your vote in because I forgot to mention this. The winner at the end would have the opportunity to spend 1 hour with me. Well, take you through a high performance coaching session for free. Okay, so guys, let's play full out here. So let's be, okay, Mark. Okay, I hope everybody has voted. And now let me reveal what the lie is. Some of you guys are really good. And the lie is number 3. I have no intention of mastering any calisthenics exercise this year. So I see a lot of you guys voted number 3. So that was really good. I don't know what give the winner lie, but you know what it was. You know what it was. Okay. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna choose the next person in the group to go. So that means at the end of your evaluation of sharing your 2 truths and 2 resolutions and 1 lie, you would choose who the next person is. Okay. So let me call on Dasol Kim. You're up. Let's get it. Let's go. Keep it rolling.
Hi, guys. My name is Dasol Kim. Short introduction. I'm currently located in Shanghai, working here. My 3 resolution of this year, maybe you guys can figure out from my eyeball rolling. The first one is being financially literate. So this year, I'm gonna read at least 6 finance, investment, money management related books, and then have also a finance coach. And the second resolution is about clean eat. So this year, I'm gonna really committed to the clean eat and also committed to the every month, at least 1 day fasting every month. And third one is about I'm a currently yoga Ashtanga practitioner. Ashtanga has a primary series. This year I completed primary series, and this year I'll be committed to completing the next series, which is intermediate series. Yeah.
Wow, they all sound like lies, that's all. Okay, guys, so in the chat, guess which is the lie? And keep score for yourself, please, so that at the end we can check in and see how many points you've got it. Okay, so golden 2. Okay, let me vote.
And if we get it right, we get a yoga session, yeah?
2 from Nan, Darkwish 3. Okay, I know Isabel has joined a bit late. So the game that we're playing is 2 resolution, 1 lie. So what we're doing at this moment, we're guessing which of that soul resolution is the lie. Sab 2, Annabelle 2.
Yeah.
So in the chat, you leave the number of which of the resolution you think it's a lie. Amy,
Yeah.
what about you? What do you think, Amy?
To sum up, like the first one is being finance literate, and second one is clean, and third one is completing the Ashtanga Yoga Intermediate series.
Okay, Anis 2. What about you, Gabby? And for those of you who can turn your cameras on, a few of you have came in later. It'd be great if we can see you so that we can engage and really capitalize on the session tonight. Thank you, Mark. Okay, so the votes are in. Any more votes coming in? Okay, so that's all. Let it rip.
So it's all almost right, except the number 3. I'm currently still practicing the primary series. Well, my goal was actually really starting intermediate series this year, but due to unexpected injury, so I got a little delayed. So yeah, this year I'm still going on with the primary series practice. But yeah, good luck for me.
Yeah, thank you so much for sharing. Okay, let's go, Darko. You're up.
Okay, thank you. My first resolution is to take training to become Gestalt trainer. The second resolution is to put more focus on my exercising. And the third focus is to spend 1 hour per day on journaling.
Interesting. Okay, I'll go ahead and vote. I think it's number 1. Number 3. Okay, keep those votes coming. Number 1. Okay, Golden number 1. Annabelle number 3. Nan number 3. That's number 3. Ben number 1. Okay, Darko, let it rip. What is the lie?
So the first thing regarding Gestalt trainer was a lie, because it is not such thing to become Gestalt trainer. It is you are finishing Gestalt training, and after that you need to fulfill other things to become trainer.
Wonderful. That was quite informative. So that's another point for me. So those of you who have been collecting those points, make sure you take note of how many of those you're getting correct. So Darko, go ahead and choose who
I can choose Mark.
Okay, Mark, let's go. I played this game with Mark before, and he makes it quite difficult. So okay, Mark, let it rip.
Right. Okay. My 3 resolutions are to get my Mandarin up to HSK 2. So that's my first resolution. The second one is to get to running a 10K run by September this year. That's my second one.
Let's go.
And my third one is I need to do a accountancy qualification, because I'm not qualified as an accountant.
I have a feeling the third one is a lie. You kind of stutter on that one, so that's gonna be my vote number 3. Guys, don't be influenced by my answers, okay? You read the language patterns, pay attention to the facial cues, and let it rip. So Nan number 1, Golden number 3, Amy number 3, Ben number 1. Okay, seem like the others are not with us, so let it rip. Mark, which is it?
Number 3. I'm already qualified
Number
accountant.
3. Yo, that's another point for me. Thank you so much for sharing. And thank you guys so much for playing full out. I really appreciate the engagement and the activities. Adrian, you're up.
All right, can I have, has anyone here been to one of these Tony Robbins concerts? You know, where you get everyone on the front row, like Tony Robbins. Who's been to one of them?
Not yet.
Or at least watched them. Okay. So what's that? 2, 3 people? Okay, has anyone else watched him on TV or watched his DVDs, seen the documentary? All right, he's actually a good man to learn from. I don't know if his strategies would work for everyone, and in fact, I don't believe they do, which is why I brought it up. However, there is some very, very, very good stuff from it. One thing is that Tony Robbins gets everyone really, really pumped up. Lots of good dance music, pretty girls, pretty boys, couples, cold atmosphere, everyone up on chairs, dancing, everyone giving each other a massage, back up on chairs, dancing. And from this really, really pumped high-level state, we set goals. I am going to change the world. I'm going to make $1 million by next year. I'm going to become a professional and make $100,000, $200,000 a year next year. All these kind of goals come out of it from a very, very high energetic state, which is really, really great. But do you guys see a problem with that? What's the problem?
Not realistic.
Not realistic, perhaps, because they're from a really pumped up state. And Harold?
I think it's the state. You cannot keep the state up high all the year. So
Cannot keep that state up all year.
difficult, challenging.
So people end up with these big, big goals, making $1 million the next year. Then they come home and they come back into their environment, and their partner and the kids and the family and the friends are just looking at them going, huh? You're weird. And, some people are really pumped up. They're really excited. Like, no, I'm really going to do it this year. They're really pumped up. But the whole environment around them and their partners do not support it, because the environment was set up to support the old them. All your beliefs, your values, your identity is based off the past, right? What you're capable of doing, what you do on a daily basis, and the environment around you is all based off the past. So if we go and set big, big, hairy goals, I think one term he used was hairy. It's supposed to be like hairy, audacious, something. Really, 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 really good stuff. And you have this really big goal, but you come back down and the environment simply doesn't support it. So I don't really believe in that. But there's some parts of it that I do believe. And there are some parts of it which are true, perhaps for Harold, and some of it may be true for Ben. But then some other parts may be true for Isabel or for Mark. So I'd like to share a few bits that do work for different people and allow you to take what will work for you. So I'll share a bit and you take what you think you can use. Is that cool? Yeah. So if we want to start it, like people come home from Tony Robbins, or you're going to be finishing this session and you're going to be in the environment around you. How can you make your environment around you just a little bit better? Or perhaps a lot better? Just write down one or two little things. What can you do to make the environment around you a bit better this year? You need to start using a printer more. Print out some motivational quotes or print out some things you want to do. Do you want to buy some clothes that are smaller than you and try to get in them every day? Do you want to subscribe? Not that we have a subscribe button, but do you want to subscribe to events like this? Or you want to start following Deano or I, the other coaches, and make a habit of coming to events like this? Coming to events like this regularly are a great way to get that positive environment around you. So congratulations for coming here. You're already taking a great step forward. Okay, so what can we do to improve the environment around us? What else can we do to get like-minded people around us? And how many of you guys support your friends for who they are? Of course. You support your friends for who they are? What about supporting friends that really want to see you become a better version of you? Are there some friends that you kind of have to do a bit better in order to be in their clique? I don't mean fake it and be someone else. I mean, I accept you guys for who you are. But when I sit down with you guys, I love to connect, meet you where you're at. And pretty quickly, we're like, so what's next? What's the changes you're trying to make? How are you improving? So it can be really good. A lot of people find that they have different circles of friends. They have a circle of friends where they can be really comfortable with who they are. And they might have another circle of friends, which might be like entrepreneurs, or for coaches, Shanghai coaching circle, or, you know, something where they have to get elevated. Next, we want to look at our behaviors, and I'm sure people have some behaviors written down. Everyone's got some behaviors written down, right? But the thing about behaviors is you don't have to go cold turkey. Again, if we just make our behavior a little bit better each week or a little bit better each month, what would happen if you just got 1% better each week in a behavior? I'm sure if someone's becoming a yoga instructor, they don't do everything boom in one go. They do it piece by piece or session by session. So what kind of behavior would you like to improve? And perhaps rather than thinking the monster like completely doing the splits or a 20-second handstand, perhaps a behavior more like, we're having a couple of examples out there. A couple of behaviors you might like to change in the year. Like I actually said the splits, but it's more about getting on the ground and stretching out my body. So what I want to be doing is I want to be stretching my body 3 times a week. 10 minutes, 20 minutes, 30 minutes. I already do it maybe once a week, but this year I want to get it up to 3 times a week stretching. Someone else might have a goal to get to the gym more often. You could have a goal to bench press some huge amount of weight. Woo-hoo! But what if the goal is just to go to the gym a little bit more often? Now, I'm actually sharing a bit of a model in the background, and some people might pick up on the model, some people might not have heard it yet, but I believe you can change that behavior. And in order to change that behavior, you might need some more capabilities. We might need to expand what we're capable of doing. So Deano, for example, might have a plan here to do more of this. And this is going to give him a bit more capability. So what's the capability you want to increase? What's the capabilities you want to increase? Nan, he wants to increase the capability to knock people out. So he might have to work on his punches or you know, his holds or his triangles. So the capability might be to better defend himself. Yeah. So the capability is actually up a higher logical level than the behavior. And the behavior is up a higher logical level than the environment. So what's the capability you want to expand a little bit or grow or change? What's the capability you want to expand or ascertain? One capability I really want to get is to be able to do inductions in 3 seconds. So to be able to hypnotize people in like 3 seconds. 1, 2, 3, under. So the behavior is, you know, is to get through material and to practice and to have good mentors and stuff. But the capability I want is to be able to shake, sleep. I think it'd be really cool just to shake people's hands when they walk into the house and just be like, "Hi, sleep." and then take them over to the chair and then sit them down in a chair and then like, wow. Yeah. That's the capability I want. So what kind of capabilities do you want to increase? Your ability to focus, perhaps. Your capability to connect deeply with yourself. And those capabilities come from beliefs. We might need to work on some of our beliefs. So in the new year, generally people don't write this down in their goals, but are there certain beliefs you need to really take in? Are there certain beliefs you need to let go of? There are some people that might have a goal, for example, to be financially free. And in order to be financially free, they might need to read books and grow some capabilities. But they also need to change their beliefs. Yeah, and some of their beliefs might be, I'm worthy of everything I dream of. I am not limited by my past. I can and will achieve financial freedom sooner than I think. And from that, you might get some kind of things like affirmations. Some people use affirmations. Affirmations aren't always written the best way. So if you are going to do affirmations, reach out to a coach, one with the NLP training, to get those affirmations done better. Because a lot of people write affirmations and they look in the mirror and they tell themselves the affirmation, and the voice in the mirror says back to them bullshit. And then it doesn't work and it creates a conflict. The belief we have to tell in the mirror has to come back to us with a positive affirmation. That's how real affirmations work. Like we look in the mirror and we say, I am getting fitter. Yeah? Because let's say you got a big beer belly out here, and you're saying in the mirror, you're fit and strong. Like, no, I'm not. So it creates a conflict. So we need to set up the beliefs more like, I'm getting fitter, I'm getting stronger, I'm getting wealthier, I'm getting wiser. In fact, every single year, I'm getting healthier, fitter, wiser, smarter, more compassionate, and more connected to myself. Also, hear the way I can say that, and you should be able to say it as well. Yeah, if anyone here is becoming a more successful coach, hear the language, not becoming a coach. Anyone here becoming a more successful coach? We got to be telling ourselves things like becoming more and more successful with coaching every year. Yeah. So what beliefs do you need to get really into your body deeply this year? Now, I'd like to check in here. Would anyone like to share or question this topic of beliefs? Because it's one of the areas of expertise in NLP. In some of our previous processes and previous sessions, we've done belief systems, and we've updated a whole belief system around money, a belief system around love, a belief system around something. So if anyone has any question they'd like to ask about beliefs, now would be a wonderful time. If not, we'll just keep shooting through. Okay, shooting through.
What's the best technique to change your beliefs?
NLP, we have a whole pile marked. So the best technique is going to be...
I've asked for other people.
Dino, you there? You there, Dino?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Hi, Adrian. What's up? How are you doing? Can you come again? I didn't hear that one clearly.
I will do a lot myself. I would do a lot myself, but I'll actually get, I tend to get darker on the phone more than Dino. And the last time I found something was, what was it, 2 weeks ago, Darko? 2 weeks ago, I found something. It was like a smack in the face. And I was like, what's going on? And I realized it was some deep-seated belief from my past coming up. So yeah, the best way to work these things, especially if you're a coach, is to get someone else. Yeah. But if you are going to do it yourself, if you are doing it yourself, you might want to try writing it on the wall, writing it on a whiteboard or a piece of paper, and then step away from it. So when you step away from it, you have dissociation. When we're at the board, we are fully associated and we feel the belief, and we also feel the resistance. So fully associated, you get maximum feelings, including resistance. Separated, all the feelings are greatly reduced and you get maximum amount of intellect. So if you write down all your goals, if you have a bit of a, say you got your goals and that written down, if you have your pen here and you're looking at it, you're going to be more associated and you're going to be feeling the resistance. But if you put it on a board and step back, then you'll be able to take more of an intellectual look at it. And intellectual isn't actually where the beliefs are, but from that distance, you might realize, oh, wow, I've got to change my beliefs there. Or, you know, this person has too much doubt, and you can change that stuff. I'll often write up on the board, if I find a negative belief or all beliefs are limiting. All beliefs are limiting. You hear some people say limiting beliefs. Every single belief is limiting. That's what a belief is. A belief is limiting what's possible. Like a chair is not a bed. So if you believe there's a chair, it's a limiting belief. But it doesn't really get in our way. That's why we use the term. But when we write the unresourceful beliefs up on a board, we can often solve them ourselves if we've had the training. But it's much better just to get on the phone with another coach. When you look at your beliefs, the beliefs are formed around a value. So someone before mentioned financial freedom. Financial freedom has a certain value to it. Dassel, if you don't mind me asking, what would being financially free allow you to feel?
Secure.
Wonderful, thank you. We'll just leave it right there. So feeling secure might be important to you. It's important for me too. So we might have financial freedom, but above it. So above all this stuff you've written down, there might be some higher values. For anyone that wrote down anything to do with health, losing weight, eating healthier, what's the value behind that? What's the value? What will those health things, what will they allow you to feel?
Improved self-esteem.
Improved self-esteem. Yeah. Self-esteem.
Feels more energized. So more awake, more energy.
Now, Harold, if you don't mind looking at what you wrote down for yourself, you wrote down some important things, yeah?
Yes.
How important is being energized?
Well, it's quite important. I think it's a basis for doing all these things, for learning new skills, for getting up early in the morning, keeping the plan, looking at my task list to do for every day. So I think it's a basis for everything.
Smack bang it is. And Deano is going to talk a little bit about that a bit later on. Now, I want you to consider there's different values, like feeling energized and feeling secure. And Harold probably wants to feel secure as well. He wants to feel energized. He wants to feel secure. He probably wants to feel a bit of self-confidence, self-worth. Probably wants to feel love. You want to feel love, yeah? You're connected?
Sure. Sure. Yeah.
Maybe in the new year, Harold, considering the year ahead, do you have to change the order of any of these? Does health need to be a higher priority than, say, security? Or health needs to be higher than love?
I would say health is more than security, and this will maintain. Because health without, if I'm secure but not healthy, so also not that good. So
yeah. Now, Harold, when you were in the a couple of years ago, when you were in your 20s, would you like sacrifice health, sacrifice time to make money?
definitely, yes.
When you're in your 20s.
Yes.
When you're in your 20s, you tend to sacrifice time, you sacrifice health. It doesn't matter. I'll just eat shit. It's okay. I've got to work. I've got to make money. But as we get older, we start to say, no, I'm going to start putting my health first. And putting your health first can be seen as a change in values. So the value comes up. So 2022 for me is a year where health is actually coming up higher again. That's why I said splits and handstands, because health for me is becoming a higher value. For me, health is a lot higher than financial goals. So just consider what your top values will be in 2022. What will your top values be in 2022? Now, there's one more step along that way. And Dino, you want to ask them about this next bit?
Well, I think this one is the most important step, or should I say the most important question. I think the question is more, not necessarily what you want to do and what you want to accomplish, but who do you want to become? Yeah. And this is functioning on the level of identity. One of the way I like to emphasize this is to talk about the 4 levels of learning. And we usually learn this in our neuro-linguistic practitioner training. And the first level is our unconscious incompetence, meaning we don't even know what we don't know. Yeah, we don't know that we're dumb to this particular knowledge, these behavior, these skills. Then one level up would be our conscious incompetence. That's the stage where we're aware of it and we know that we're dumb at it. It's difficult, it could stress us, and it just feel like this stumbling block in our way. Yeah. And then we step up a bit and we get to that level of conscious competence. It's like we know we're badass, you know? Yeah, we know we're the shit. Yeah, I am good at this. Yeah. It's on a conscious level. And then it gets to that level where it's a bit deeper. And we call that the unconscious competence. That's where you're so good at it. It's a part of who you are. And it becomes effortless. And it becomes so effortless, you don't even pay any attention to it because you're like Ronaldinho around this particular skill or this particular behavior. And that's the level that each of us should strive for. And I like that as Adrian started his presentation, he mentioned putting in your 1% each day. And the idea of putting in your 1% each day is as you do 1% of these tiny steps, it compounds because 1% becomes 2 and 3 and 4, and it takes it way all the way from unconscious incompetence to unconscious competence. Yeah. And I know as I'm speaking here, most of you have had an experience in your life where you have moved through these 4 levels. Once upon a time, boxing was something that seemed a bit alien. It seemed so far away. But the more and more you practice, the easier it became. Now you don't have to pay attention to where your feet are. You just move and punch. Once upon a time, it was very difficult for you to, keep the bicycle up still. Yeah, you'll fall. You're not even sure how this narrow object can stay like this for so long. Now you can cycle and you can even do it with no arms. Once upon a time, using the clutch. I'm not sure how many of you know what the clutch is, but I'm assuming you know the clutch in the vehicle. Once upon a time, using the clutch was such an alien thing to do, stalling the vehicle. But now we can use our cellular phones. We can even eat breakfast while we're driving. So as you are considering your resolution for this year, check in with yourself and ask yourself this powerful question. Who do I need to become? And once you've identified who that is, what are those things I need to do so I can become this person? That's where the magic lies. Yeah, Adrian?
Yeah. I'm just about to add in there the boxing analogy, because my dad was a boxer, and they used to kind of box upright, and it was actually really inefficient, but it's the best they knew at the time. And then you mentioned, do you do jiu-jitsu or something?
Taekwondo.
Okay. So boxing is up like this, and it's really inefficient. And over the years, they started to realize that you should really come in, not lean out. You really got to come in. And then with that, today, there's a lot of jiu-jitsu guys around. We've got a couple of jiu-jitsu guys here before. And jiu-jitsu is like a whole new level, and it's a whole new level. What we used to have in the past, we've got so much more resources now. We've got so much more information now. We've got coaches at our fingertips that have had world-class training. We've got the internet. We've got amazing resources. There's also a lot of fake out there. There's a lot of fake. But the information we have today far surpasses that which they had just generations ago. So you're actually capable of becoming so much more. You are capable of becoming so much more. And lastly, do you think it should be a matter of who do I need to become, or who do I want to become? Some people might respond better to I need to become this person. And the I need to become this person might really motivate you. Some people might respond better to I want to become this person, or I choose to become this person. Some people will be more motivated by the choice and want. Some people might have to have a need in there. The language would be I need to do that. Some people might get offended by that. I don't like to need to do anything. I do it by choice and want. So for me, I'm writing down I want to do this. I choose to do this because this is who I am. But some people will want to write down I need to, and a need and a must. So whatever way works best for you, try it. You could always try both, maybe.
Boom! You made it here! Good on you. Make sure you click the subscribe button below and check out the playlist at the end. If you'd like to come along to our Sunday sessions where we host a live, free Q&A for our students and members, you're welcome. I'll see you there.